Honestly, I probably shouldn't even be making a video just because I'm at the end of my rope mentally. But I figured I'd make this video in my most rawest of emotions. Because this has been something that I've been thinking about a long time. And I've talked about this a little bit in my last video, but it's really been getting to me up to this point, to the point that I'm just done. This is probably the only other video I'll upload in this state again, because I'm probably just not gonna do anything with social media for a while. It's been a couple times that I've talked about this situation, and I've thought about it a lot of different ways. Uh, Coming to this point, it's just that when there's a scenario in your life that happens and it causes you to change everything, like change how you viewed everything, it really affects you, and how it affects you is basically up to you. For me, it was a lot of self-reflection and a lot of introspection and a lot of looking at the different type of people I've had in my life and looking at the different type of things that I've done to either keep these people around or that I've done while these people are around. And very rarely, up until these past months, have I had a relationship with somebody that caused me to compromise myself. And I take the blame for it in a lot of cases because of the fact that me being young and naive, I didn't expect things to turn out the way they did. And they did. And the biggest thing is, okay, where do I go from here when you really see how things are? And when you're forced into a different type of perspective instead of naturally going in there like I've been trying to get to, you start looking at things very aggressively. For me, being I guess, I don't know, maybe Sagittarius is like this. It's just I'm emotional. I'm emotional till I'm not, let's say. And it's just I've been doing a lot of thinking, because a lot of my biggest problem I've had is dealing with people. Because when you throw self-doubt and insecurities and whatnot into how you deal with relationships, you end up doing a lot of things that you look back on and think, wow, I really shouldn't have did that. I really shouldn't have accepted that this was the way it was. I really shouldn't have gone out of my way to do this to make sure this relationship is going to work. Because at the end of the day, it either doesn't work or you realize that you don't want it to work. And for me, my problem is I think about so many things that it builds up and it gets to this point where I'm just frustrated with everything, and then I have to aggressively cut everything off because of the fact that I'm just tired of dealing with it as a whole. And a lot of my anger that's been with people has always been, I'm mad at myself because I've allowed a lot of things to happen, and I've allowed myself to be a type of person that I can't look back on and be happy with. It's not necessarily your fault, but there's a lot of times that I've had friendships where I didn't even have to worry about this. Even if the situation ended, it wasn't ever a time that I looked at myself and said, oh, well, I didn't like who that was. I didn't like who I was in that relationship. So this feeling is very new to me, because I said I'm at the end of my rope mentally earlier. Is because I'm at the point where I'm just so fed up. I'm fed up with how I've allowed myself to act. I'm fed up with relationships that don't benefit me, relationships that cause me to question myself because of a lot of things I let happen. There's too many times where things get worse when I could have cut it off a lot sooner. And having those self-doubts and insecurities end up allowing you allow yourself to be in something longer than you should, because there's going to always be a reason to come back. And I'm just at that point where I don't want to come back. I don't want to deal with a lot of different things because I haven't been putting myself first. I'm at the point right now where it's like I don't care what I have to cut off or who I have to cut off because at the end of the day, I need to protect my peace. The type of person I've been for the past year, maybe even past 2 years, has been a people pleaser, an accommodator, somebody that looks after other people before he looks after himself. And I hate that part of myself because there's been so many different times where I looked at a situation and thought, you didn't have to do this. You really didn't. There's so many different things you could have did to handle this situation. You should have cut off a lot of different things. And it's like when it gets to that point, when you get to that point where you have to cut a friend off or somebody you considered a friend because you don't look at the situation the same, it's hard because I'm already angry. I'm furious because I done thought about so many different things and I had so much time to think about it. And the problem I have that still gets me to this day is that I'm a volcano. I build up and then I erupt. I don't talk about things as I feel them all the time because there's a lot of times where I'm still figuring things out. Or I'm trying to think of a way that I can keep the relationship going but still expressing who I am and how I feel. And the problem has been I've never really been sure of how I feel, who I am. And even when I do let those emotions out, there's still a lot more that's underlying under it. All I know is I'm tired of doubting myself. I'm tired of the insecurities that I don't even have any insecurities anymore. Really, like they just burn away through all this hatred I've built up and everything that I've done up until this point. There's no more insecurities. There are doubts. I'm not going to say there aren't. It's just doubts because every time I get to this point, I feel like I handle a situation wrong. But this particular situation, I just knew deep inside my soul that wasn't a relationship I wanted to keep around. A lot of it being my fault, like I said, because of the fact that I didn't like the type of person I was. But it's not just I didn't like the type of person I was. I didn't like the type of person I was around as much as I thought I did. This situation caused me to look at things differently because it's like if there was a possibility for you to put me in a situation where I'm either the one that gets burned or I just don't benefit from a situation to look out for yourself before me, I don't want to be put in that scenario again. And I wasn't able to fully convey exactly how I felt because it was a lot of yelling and cussing between us because it's been building up a lot. And then my mom was saying how it basically came out of nowhere because I could have said something, but like I said, I was thinking about it. I was figuring everything out. My problem is I think too much. If I feel something, I should be able to describe it and say how I feel at the time being. There shouldn't be a time where I'm sitting here thinking, oh, there's so much more I could have said or there's so much more I could have done. And even the fact of the matter is, even though there's more I could say, I don't care because the point is that I don't want these relationships around me. I don't want to have to question anybody's loyalty to myself. And ultimately, I need to put myself above anybody else in the first place. If I don't feel like I need to keep you around or that keeping you around will benefit me in doing just that, I'm not going to anymore. I'm just so tired. Every time I've looked out for people more than I looked out for myself, it's come back and blown up in my face. There's a lot of distrust I've built up within myself and with other people because of how much I haven't acted like myself. So when I feel like me being me, I have to cut you off, that's just me doing myself a favor. And I don't care who I hurt anymore because I've been spending a lot of time being hurt. Only thing about that is the fact that I shouldn't just go around hurting people. You don't hurt people because you've been hurt. Pain teaches you one of two things. Well, one of three things, I should say. How to deal with it, how to inflict it, how to avoid it. And my dad says people are motivated by two things. gaining pleasure or avoiding pain. And I don't want to be the type of person that avoids pain or gains pleasure by giving other people pain. I might not have a well full of love like I normally do, and I'm distancing myself from a lot of different things because it's in my best benefit, but I don't want to go around hurting people. But most importantly, I don't want to keep hurting myself. This is mostly a PSA to myself that I'm not going to keep doing anything that doesn't benefit me, that doesn't make me happy, that gets me to this point where I don't even know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to explode. I don't know if I want to explode. I don't know if I just want to cut everything off and be done with life. I'm tired of being at this point. In my last video, when I said the devil's working hard, he's been working hard. Because there shouldn't even have been a point where I've been feeling like this. And it's frustrating because out of all of the relationships that I've chosen, I've never chosen myself. I've neglected myself too much. And it gets to the point that I end up building distrust in myself. And I'm tired of it. I hate not feeling that everything I'm doing is in my best interest. And I've finally been moving forward in that regard to say that I am moving in my best interest. And yet every day, every other day, things go good for myself and my attitude, and then something else comes along. And I don't know the type of person I'm going to become. I still feel like right now I'm probably I'm veering off the path that I honestly need to be taking for myself, but it's still going in a slight I'm still going in the right direction. It's just this attitude I have to leave behind, this anger, this frustration, this feeling of not caring about anybody else other than myself. And it's not even an ego trip because I don't feel like I'm more important than anybody else. I mean, in my life, I'm the most important thing in my life, but I don't feel like I'm more important than anybody else. I just feel like when it comes to relationships, I'm the most important factor I have to look into because I've never taken that into consideration. And honestly, I'm not going to apologize to anybody that I might have hurt in the past in looking after myself, because honestly, I needed to do that. But I will say there's a lot of different situations I could have handled better. But I'm not going to live life regretting my feelings and my need to express my feelings and my need to take care of myself and ultimately get rid of anything that I feel like doesn't benefit me and won't let me be the type of person I need to grow. I'm tired of jeopardizing my health because of all these different feelings just weighing in on me. Just yesterday, everything weighed down on me. And today I felt so light, so joyous, so carefree. And then more stuff happened. And it brought back all that rage and anger that's been seething inside me because of these different scenarios. And I'm tired of being angry. I want to go back to being the light, carefree, healthier version of myself. The most pain comes to my chest, and it weighs me down. And I've been so stressed, and it's been weighing me down. All these negative emotions have been weighing me down to the point that I feel like it's physically affecting me so negatively. I think about death a lot more often now. And it's not because I feel like killing myself or anything, but I feel like ultimately the way I've been going hasn't been beneficial towards my health. I haven't done anything to move forward to make sure that I'm happy and healthy and enjoying my life. I'll be 22 this year. I think I've spent about 3, 4, maybe even 5 years of my life being stressed about things that won't matter in a year or so, if not later on today. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm becoming a different person. I'm understanding the things I need to do to benefit myself, the things I need to do to make sure that I am happy, I am healthy, I do enjoy my life, I am doing what's best for myself. I do have a good relationship with my friends, and everybody I keep around I know wouldn't betray me. But there's been that seed of distrust just because of so many different things. I feel like people move funny a lot more often. I'm starting to notice it. It should never be the point that I'm so distrusting of things that I'm practically paranoid that somebody's plotting on me. I feel like every day more and more screws are coming loose, and I just feel like I'm losing a lot of my sanity. I hear myself talking right now, and I almost don't recognize my voice. I've let so much stuff warp and twist my mind and my behaviors and the way I am. And it's hard to recognize myself because there's so much of me that wants to be the person that I've been becoming. And then every now and then a feeling comes and makes me question it. Because it's not this possible sociopath or psychopath, whichever you may feel watching this video. It's not this possible person that I'm becoming that I want to be. It's the person that is happy and healthy and enjoys his life and is carefree and is able to get rid of anything that doesn't benefit my growth, that doesn't help me learn. And then occasionally there's this guy that comes along and just doesn't even know what he wants to do with his life, doesn't know what's meant for him in the next 24 hours. And like I said, I'm only uploading this type of video because these are my most rawest emotions. The whole reason I created this YouTube channel was because I wanted to convey the different ways my mind works. And I feel like this would be off-putting to a lot of people, especially any possible newcomers. And I'm sorry, but I won't delete this video because this is raw emotion. I'm sure we've all had our dark thoughts. And at one point I'd even be afraid to express them this way. But one thing that I've been doing for myself is being honest. If this is how I feel, then this is how I feel at this moment. But it's not my final destination. It's a stepping stone, I always say, to better emotions, to better feelings, to better relationships. I just have to feel it out. Hope I don't die in the process. That sounds very morbid, and I shouldn't be putting that out into the universe. But I'm honestly not worried at this point. Days like this will pass, and I will get through them, and I will wake up the next morning, and I will be a new man. I will continue to live to continue to grow and become the type of person that I need to be ultimately for myself. And there's nothing, even days like this, that'll stop me from growing. And that's facts. I believe in more than just my reality. I got a lot to live for, even if it might not feel like it now. I ultimately just need to stop stressing, need to stop being so angry, need to stop letting in the wrong people. I need to stop being so accommodating, stop being so selfless. for so many different people. But I also need to stop looking at everything so negatively most of the time. There's healthy degrees of the type of feelings I've been feeling, and I feel like I've been pushing myself towards the negative a lot lately. With that being said, I'm gonna upload this video. It'll probably be a while before I upload another one. I think I just want to take a break from life. My mom and my friend keep telling me I need to do just that. And at this point, I think it's long overdue. There's just so much that's been weighing on my mind and my heart. But right now, I'm gonna go take a nap because honestly, I've been at work way too much. And work is where half my problems are at. So, that being said, that's the end of this video. I understand if this is off-putting, but like I said, this is raw emotion. This is how I feel every now and then lately. If you can't handle it, then this isn't your type of channel. But hey, thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever. Hit the bell. Maybe you'll see in a couple months I might upload. Maybe I'll be happier. I'll definitely be hairier. But that's it. And I'm out.